Their toll in Wayanad landslide has now climbed to 156. 3 landslides struck Wayanad on the 30th of July within a span of 4 hours amid heavy rains here, leaving a trail of destruction in many of these villages. Heavy rain showers washed away homes, roads and bridges, bringing life to a complete standstill for many. Officials said a series of hill cave-ins had struck the villages of Churalamala and Mundakai in Mepadi Panchayat, located a few kilometers from district headquarters, Kalpetta, killing villagers while they were asleep. A total of 225 army personnel have been deployed for rescue operations. Several companies of the army have been moved from Thiruvananthapuram and Bengaluru to Calicut. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is going to be, in fact, in a meeting. He was in a meeting, is what we know, to review the progress of the rescue operations. Also, he's going to be holding a press conference at 4 o'clock, is what we know. My colleague Akshata is on ground zero, where hundreds have died in the landslide. Many are still trapped. Take a look at her report.
The weather easing up now. Choppers are being used at the spot to help in bringing in some sort of relief aid and also in bringing in personnel on ground. You can see that this chopper has come very, very close to the other side. And these areas were completely inaccessible earlier. Now there's monitoring happening, surveillance happening, and very crucially, you've got material being airdropped also to some of these areas. That as the chopper here gets set to land, there are in fact personnel also being brought in right now using different equipment, using different resources. What I can also show you at this point, and you know, as for weather here, it's non-stop rain at this particular spot. The chopper is getting set to land, but the work on ground continues. I'll just flip over to the other side and show you how in fact the injured are being brought out one after another, which is why bringing in a chopper also greatly helps in airlifting some of the injured. But right now, this is how many of them are being brought out. 48 hours on, there are still senior citizens, men, women, children who are being pulled out right now, stretcher after stretcher. And here's where locals also are playing such an important role in helping lifting that stretcher, walking through all of this slush and ensuring that they get the necessary medical help as well. But the biggest challenge remains, one, the terrain, and second, the weather. For now, it's eased up. There's a constant drizzle, of course, that you can see also, but it's much better when compared to yesterday when there was heavy rain, torrential rain, that stopped chopper services from reaching right up to this location. Behind me, you can see the makeshift bridge that's been created. Work is on by the army to create a solid bridge right now, a column through which people can walk up and down. We'll be going to the other side and showing you what's really happened, the extent of damage caused by the landslide in Mundakai. Stay with us here on India Today. With camera person Sachin Chandok, this is Akshata Nandagopal reporting from Wayanad for India Today. Wander saying don't go near there because somewhere around the mud is a well. So you could just fall right in, which is why right now nobody's being allowed close to that particular property. But we understand that whoever was inside that house, they managed to get away, and that's because their roof completely hasn't collapsed. There is some sense really that the house managed to withstand the damage, but there are many more such houses. Let me just show you how this entire area, all the trees that were there, uprooted. Many of them have collapsed on houses that were in this particular location. Like I said, these were the fortunate few whose houses did completely come crashing down. So as soon as the incident happened at about 1 a.m., they managed to get out. Of course, their house was filled with mud. We understand that, you know, there was waist-deep mud. And to kind of go through that was extremely challenging for many of these people. Some of them, unfortunately, have also been injured. But just imagine what residents of these houses have actually gone through. This is the part where the landslide wasn't as bad, where there was minimal damage reported. We'll take you inside and show you what the situation is at the core of the landslide location in Mundakai. With video journalist Sachin Chandok, this is Akshata Nandagopal reporting from Wayanad for India Today.
Shibi Mole continues to be with us for more details on that story, joining us from Wayanad right now. Shibi, in fact, in your reports that you sent us, indicating how difficult it has become now for family members, whoever remains, to come and identify the bodies really of their loved ones. And that process essentially is underway. The death toll now stands at 156. Give us a sense of what's the estimate from the authorities as to how many people could still be trapped under the debris, and by when will they finish the rescue work here?
There's a major lack of clarity among the officials as to when they can finish the rescue operations, because they tried, the rescue operations at Mundakai, which has been very difficult. That Bailey Bridge construction is still going on. They were expecting in the morning that the construction will be over by evening, but it doesn't look like it could, be completed by evening. It will be completed only tomorrow, is what the Chief Secretary said in a latest update. So, major task ahead, because there were few of the NDRF and Army personals and Kerala Fire Force officials who had gone to Mundakai to, carry out the rescue operations. But the ministers and all the officials who visited the site said that it's not possible for humans to go to that site and, carry out the rescue operation. You need equipments, you need all the rescue measures that's possible. And for those things to be transported, it's not easy. That's why the bridge is being constructed. But the bridge construction is again taking a lot of time than what they anticipated in the morning. Also, it's started raining since afternoon. Early morning, it wasn't raining for the first 3-4 hours since the rescue operation started. It was a little more easy, but that's not the case now. This is where we're standing right now. Is the site to the rescue operation. It's it's the road leading to the rescue operation site. All the vehicles now have been stopped because there's a major traffic congestion there. The officials and the rescue more and more rescue operators are being brought there. So there's a major congestion. So all the vehicles have been stopped here to ensure the movement of ambulances easily, because every 2 minutes or 3-4 minutes there's one ambulance at least going from there carrying dead bodies. So that's the situation right now. The final figure is not yet, since the rescue operations are going to continue for the next 2-3 days, the number could definitely rise in terms of death, as well as, the number of missing cases are also very high. The official data is still not confirmed by the government officials, but very well we can say that 225, more than 225 people are still missing, is what unofficially the government sources are telling us. And also the death toll, it's also crossed 170 is again what the unofficial data is telling. But again, the final confirmation should come from government as of now. The rescue operation, there's a limit to, there's a time limit till where they can carry out the rescue operation. Once it gets dark, it's not possible because there's a river flowing in between, which makes it very, very difficult. So 3-4 hours to go to possibly, try their best to rescue as many people as possible is what we're understanding right now.